Give me courage to dream dreams, and strength to make them real. And if this be madness, let it only serve your purpose. And I'll envy no man the world calls sane.
Hi, Scorpio. All right, welcome to this place if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. So, happy now whenever you arrive. So something feels more real now. Maybe there's some kind of breakthrough, you know, where it's like, oh, you can touch it, you can feel it. Again, it's more real. I think others on the other side of it are also accepting that, so that helps that helps the reality. Now, I want to go through this deck of cards. If someone wants to timestamp when we actually technically, well, it's all the reading, but I want to go through the elements, and I see pay attention when it groups, okay? Let's start where we are right now. So something that was bothering someone that had to do with the past, that was kind of looping, I feel like a person, pardon me, is moving through that, and they're gathering their power about it. Has something to do with the tiger. Maybe it's the stripes of something, right? We have to accept that the tiger cannot change its stripes, or maybe some stripes are gained, right? Oh, I got my stripes. I accomplished something. Along these lines. Once that's had, then we have really good, good water. Air. Okay, spirit. There's some fixed water. There's some spirit, air, spirit, fire, spirit, air, spirit, fire, spirit, water, air, spirit, air, fire, earth, spirit. That was the biggest gap of spirit, right? Between one and the other. All right. Water, fire, earth, fire, spirit. That one took a little longer too, but we got there. Okay, now we have love. Awesome. So there's water. That's just a magic card. Air, earth, water, fire. Ooh. Then spirit again. Earth, water, fire, earth, fire, air, spirit, water. There you are. Air, fire, water, air, water, spirit. That happened last time, right? Double spirit. After a chunk in there, felt like you were away from something or separated from something, but I guess one just had to wait. I heard to be here now. Okay, then we have earth again. Spirit, fire, water, earth. Okay, let's see what these top cards are and have a conversation. Just a minute. Someone needs new glasses, or like to get their eyes checked. Something like that. I guess what are we saying in addition to this? I think that the ability to be able to see is important. I feel like sometimes something's a little bit blurry, but that's where you have to use your intuition and your intellect. Sometimes this is about asking others outside of the situation, like, what do you see? Like, can you see that? What do you see when you look at that? I heard the undercurrent is something about a rebellious nature in relation to inheritance. I believe in French, the word inheritance just means, I'm trying to remember this old deck that I have. Let me see. Actually, I have it here. It's the oldest. It's actually the first deck that is still in print and around, that hasn't changed into like the new like the new form of what most people know it to be. Let's see if we can find it. I see society, prosperity. Just a second. Okay, thoughts and plans about the future. Inheritance. Oh, yeah. Inheritance is heritage. We found it. We found it. So, see, that was pretty easy. Didn't take that long to find what we were looking for once we started putting things in, like, the right place, understanding at very least, like, okay, naturally it goes like this. Of course, we could go against the grain, right? Sure. Sometimes that's helpful for, like, a different perspective. Sometimes that's just causing, like, more of a, that creates more slivers, right? I guess it depends on the grain. The Saturn, right? Oh yeah, Saturn right there on the bottom. Next to inheritance. Okay. So, if you have any qualms with your parents or with your family, I guess with anybody, because we're all family, I know you get the big life lessons. And those of you who are here take up those lessons and you help the world become a better place. You put light into the darkness. Sometimes Scorpio energy will show us show the world their darkness. But the undercurrent of it is always, the important part is for healing, right? Not for us. It's not self-focused. I see. Interesting. So again, if you got any qualms about anything, it could be little or big, but I heard try to forgive. Try to forgive. I also see if anyone owes you any money, that could be coming to you also. If you've been trying to sort something out in like a technical way, I don't know if this is legally or usually this kind of stuff doesn't come up, but these cards are powerful. They're more literal. I think this deck is like from the 1500s. So, point is, a long time ago, this was created. So maybe perhaps something is owed to somebody, and I actually feel like that's a good thing. But to receive it, one has to probably sacrifice, right? Or compromise. Okay. We've talked about this before, especially Scorpio. The difference between sacrifice and compromise, right? Hold on. Maybe some of you, it would be helpful to talk to a professional about something. I don't know if this is a lawyer or an accountant or an advisor of some sorts. There could be, we just received a dark-haired girl also gave you a gift of strength. Or a dark-haired lady gave you, it will be also giving you. I feel this probably was past tense. There's also a dark-haired man. Huh. Okay, so I heard you, someone can't have it all, but they can have a good portion of it. Okay, Uranus is involved in this too. What is Uranus about? I also see Venus and the moon. I guess Uranus talks about doing things differently. And I see Uranus in Scorpio. That's particularly a generation, right? That's a good chunk. There's a lot of folks in that circle. Maybe the people in that generation could be helpful to you if you're aware of this. This is also within you. Uranus sitting in the Scorpio house in your map. So maybe there's something about astrology that could help you, I heard, figure out what that is all about. Or maybe to just direct a person a little bit better in ways of their goals or objectives. I'd also say, like, I suppose, what are your friends and acquaintances also participating with, or what are they doing? Because that's also transformative very much to you. I don't know if it's just inspiring or if they actually could be of service to you. You know, maybe who is it out of your friends, or again, it could even be acquaintances, like a friend of a friend, where they've done something. Oh, this is interesting. It was super positive, and then I went right into the mistake. Like, I went right into the negative. Well, I guess, well, I heard there's been some bridges burned. What's that about? Difficulties. Embarrassment. Okay, Scorpio. A person now knows that holding on too tightly to anything kind of makes it explode. Or it makes it not feel. There's a difference between, like, a hug and, like, I heard, and a strangle, right? It's got you in a stranglehold, baby. Now, I know, maybe some of you in ways of society, you feel like you're in a stranglehold. Well, I heard reform yourself if that's the case, right? That's how we change the world. We change ourselves. We make different choices, what we participate with, how we want to live our lives, where we get our food from, what kind of person we are, whatever we want to believe in. I heard our noble abilities. You can use them however you want to change the world. Make the world what you want it to be in your everyday life. This even includes how you spend money. Okay, so someone's been looking for something too. And maybe there's, that's where that breakthrough is. Hold on a second. Okay, there was something that was just like, this isn't working out very cooperatively. Like, maybe it was hard to connect, or it was hard to, I heard, find the thing that you were looking for. Maybe even found the thing, but you weren't able to have it yet. You're like, okay, I realized that I would like that. That's suiting to me. That feels good to me. It's not just filling the hole. Pardon me. It is being, it's coming, I heard it's coming all the way around the mountain. and you know, when you step into that place, you're like, I feel free here. Right? I feel free. I heard I feel free to be me. I feel free here. I feel at peace. I feel at peace here. It's not like trying to take the broken, rotten thing and bring it back, ultimately back to life. It's. Well, I guess it's knowing what's fixable or not. Now, I suppose everything has a weak point, but the point is that I feel like something is turning here, where whatever wasn't quite connecting before, because Uranus is electricity. I feel like this is like where it's like the operator is now putting the line, telephone line, right? But I heard instead of the telephone line going to some old story of the past, this is like, you know, like, oh, connecting to some, I don't know, some old place that was just like destructive. Instead, it's connecting you to others, because your groups of people, your circles that you're part of, that includes like circles like this, like kind of bigger, like we don't necessarily, we're not physically hanging out all the time, right? But we're connecting. It's part of the circle. Those group members are important. And so maybe something about those groups are changing. Interesting. Just a minute. And I suppose if Uranus, the way I'm seeing it is Uranus and Scorpio in the 11th house, it could be where there's, again, some changes in relation to that. Like maybe some of you are like, you know, you just like, maybe someone becomes interested in something that they weren't before. Or they become disinterested in something that they were interested in before. It reminds me of a lecture I was listening to recently about the hippocampus, and they mentioned the seahorse. So this is about learning new things, right? And I do feel like some kind of new idea or some kind of new perspective, you know, because some of you may meet somebody, it may be like you didn't know somebody, and then all of a sudden, it's like, again, a friend of a friend connects to this other friend, and then that comes, I heard, back around the bend to you, that actually is very regenerative to you. Or again, whatever that part was it was hard to cooperate, it's now cooperating. But a person had to be patient. And you know what? I suppose a little bit of what's happening here this month, or at least something to think about, is I heard you could look at your own failures if you want to, but I feel like that's a little bit natural to your heart of your tree, right? Very easily connected to Capricorn energy. So in ways of what you're trying to achieve, that isn't just for you, but it's also for others. How have others succeed? Like, how have they succeeded? And if possible, find out how they, like, you know, because a wise person will express where they have failed, right? Like, oh yeah, I tried to make this recipe, and, you know, when I put 2 cups of water, it was too much water. So this time I'm going to try, you know, 1 3/4. It's adjusting in these small ways. It's not trying to like scrap it. And, you know, I heard if you don't bake the bread the right way the first time, you don't just give up. Don't give up. Okay, we just ended up with bills and money. I would say that during this time it would be helpful to be prudent a little bit. And I see the words like universal laws, principles, and experiments. I heard don't let something discourage you. You know, sometimes when we don't have something... Whoa, hey, Crow. Hi. Oh, you waving. Just a second. Raven. Hi, Raven. See you later. I heard don't let something discourage you. I don't know when this was. Maybe we're just rewiring the brain a little bit. But like whenever we have lost anything, quote unquote, it was creating more space for something else to come in. So if for some reason some of you are in a situation presently where it's just like you're I need you to remember that you are departing a difficult situation, right? And then here's the card of birth and the card of success. And again, here's the dark-haired woman that is very helpful. Help you. There's somebody here, some dark-haired woman helps you to be. I think part of the gift is they help you to become stronger. Or they help you. I heard who has helped you with your anger. We talked about anger last month, right? Interesting. I've never combined these before. Now there's a dark-haired boy also. And I'm seeing someone with like red hair in the past. Remember, the positive expression of expectation is hope. Hope is always connected to faith. The negative expression of expectation is wanting something to be exactly like we want it to be. And I heard, remember, you can come close to your portion. Because there also could be something that's coming again, because 11th house is also your wishes and your dreams, and Uranus is things that come out of nowhere, and Scorpio is underground. So it could something could just pop up out of nowhere. So I actually heard, what is it that you're wanting? Because you should be ready for it. Yes, because it's almost as if Spirit could be giving you something that's very regenerative and healing for your soul, or at least, I don't know how this is coming through, but that actually surprises you. Like you didn't expect it. Right? Change. Love. Yeah. Interessante. Alright. I think that's that. Now I gotta go to the dump. Gotta get rid of the old shit. It was helpful for when it was. Now we're here. Excited for the new things. Oh, yeah. Maybe another question, those of you who are still here too, that might just be nice. Because I do feel like I'm very plutonic, so I can... Changes, it's always changing with Scorpio energy, right? It's like whether we want to accept it or not, work with it or not. But what is changing? Or I mean, you represent the past. I don't feel like Scorpio energy is supposed to sit in it too much, at least astrologically where we are now, right? For the last 7 years, and thank you for being a part of this place, we did a lot of shadow work. Now, I, as a reader, I realized that we were actually working all through this moon space, and now we're coming up into the light of day. But it's coming through a human way. So you could reference, though, a little bit in, like, what have you... I heard, what have you healed through? What has been beautiful? You know, what truths have you come to find in yourself, you know? say over this last year? You know, where are you now? Right, because February is a little touchy time, a little bit to Scorpio, yeah. Maybe there's also something that's happened in February that was intense, right? I had to check myself on that today. Like today, or the last few days, I've been kind of like, everything in my life is awesome. It really, I guess I can say that. I still feel guilty saying that. Like, am I allowed to do that? But the point is life is good. I have a house, I have a job, I have friends, I have people that love me, my relationships with my family are good, my friendships are growing, I'm feeling more creative, which is awesome, like, positive conversations about the future. But I felt kind of bummer town the last few, like, there's these waves where it's just, like, kind of dense. And then I was like, oh, right, Zumi died this month. Right? So, not that that is the ultimate essence of that is sad, but just acknowledgement there. It helps to realize where we are so that we well, I guess realize when we're pulling our own puppet strings and we don't realize. Right. Okay. I love you so much. Please take care. Thank you so much for being a part of this place. Any of you who are still here, I wanted to mention too that, yeah, we're on 7 years of Opal Oracle. It's pretty trippy. I'm very grateful to be here, and thank you for being a part of that. Thank you for your determination for hard work, right? You help the world be a better place. So thank you. And any of you who have joined Patreon, there's quite a few people that have jumped over there. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy learning and growing in that garden. I did actually create a new tier because I've been inspired to like start creating more physically, because even though this is creative, we're just having a chat, even though this is creative through this space, it's very, I mean, we're using art, we're having conversations, we're thinking about it, it's using a lot of spirit, it's a lot of different emotional things, it's a lot of different levels, but technically at the end result isn't exactly physical. So I had to realize that I also need that and I want that in my life creatively. So yeah, that third tier, Beyond the Holiday cards, actually gets a welcome art card, which I thought would be fun. So anyway, thank you however you support and share your love, and thank you for showing up. You know what I mean? Thank you for curbing your anger. Thank you for getting out of that abusive relationship. Thank you for detaching yourself from explosive energy, right? Thank you for working through and working with other people in a group dynamic. And I heard keeping your cool, right? Some of you, your spirit guide is a child or someone younger than you. When you picture your spirit guides, how do you picture them? Because even if you do have like older spirit guides, if you will, like there's something like that. There's also another one that's younger than you. Oh, interesting. I heard forgiveness is what curbs paranoia. Something to think about. Okay. I love you so much. Please take care. I heard try not to be, someone needs to not be so on guard about the changes. See them as inspiring, right? It's because, again, I keep seeing this word of cooperation. Okay. Love you so much.